I want a designer bag, I can work hard for it. But can I afford the life after the designer bag? It's a metaphor, you see. It means for decision you make in this world, you should ask yourself, can you afford the life after it? It doesn't have to be a designer bag. It might be as little as a pencil. Ask yourself, if I buy this pencil, yes, I work hard for it. I work hard the money. I work hard for the money to buy this pencil. But can I afford the life after this pencil? What? You might say, what? It's just a pencil. What do you need to think about after buying the pencil? I'm someone who is very in love with stationaries. I have then tons in my house. The life after getting that stationery might be as little as finding a space for them. Might be as little as, are you going to use them? Might be as big as, okay, how many have you had before? Are you going to add them to your collection? Be very intentional about every little item you get.
Hold on, girl, now wait just a minute. I've got something to say. You should hear it. Oh.
Hello, I'm Novellisteer and welcome to Novellisteer Podcast, where I share the art of being novel and securing my life, where being business and growing in tech. For over 3 years, I had struggled alone with finding my path and securing that life I wanted for myself. Join me as I share my journey with you all by hitting that subscribe button.
Come on. Listen to me.
You see, for a long time now, not really for a long time, every month, every quarter, I keep questioning myself if going against the big guy in the heaven was the right thing for me. If going against what the big guy in the heaven, the fate, the destiny has been written down, then me planning, me being strategic about my life doesn't mean that I'm going against it. Is that the proper thing for me to do? Or is that the proper way of living? Or is that why things are not looking positive to me? It wasn't until I watched this movie, The Rational Life. It's a Chinese movie. Pardon, guys. It's a Chinese drama actually. It's 36 episode and extended 6 episode. It's the 36 actually available on Netflix, but the extended episode is available on YouTube without subtitle. But I watch it anyway. I start watching this movie on Saturday. Yes. In between watching this movie, there are lots of plots similar to this in the Chinese film industry. But this was the only one that actually spoke to me. Because I think this movie really hit me in such a way that I have never get as much clarity, as much confidence of what I am doing, of me strategizing as when I was reading some books, listening to podcasts, this are motivational speaker, all those as this film as. You might say, it's just a drama. But that's the thing. See, I grew up watching drama. I grew up reading books. Those are the thing. Those two things are what bring me up. They are what mold me to become the way I am. So it's not quite surprising when most of my clarity, most of my understanding, most of my talk, most of my knowledge come from movies and book. I have to tell you, I gain more from watching a drama and reading a book than, in short, even attending school and paying millions. But the thing is, I felt maybe it was odd. It was novel. Who the hell gain? It's just a movie. It's just a drama. It's just a book. It's not realistic. That was the way I was thinking. As long as you say, okay, you understand this point of view from a movie, or you tell people this is what you came for the drama, or you tell people this is this, and you plan on applying it to real life, they will tell you they are just fantasy. They are not realistic. For that reason, let us say I stopped telling people about. In short, I stopped telling people about what I've learned and how I felt it could have been applied to the real world. Because let's be sincere, now as I'm currently in Nigeria. What am I even saying? I've been in Nigeria, both born and bred. So it's quite difficult to say that you want to apply that method, that idea, ideology in Nigeria. Yeah. When even people that way they outside Nigeria have not finished applying it to their own. When Nigeria own self, their own is backward. Most of the it's backward economy. Like our economy is orishiwishi, as someone says on Twitter. So the thing was, this particular drama, right? It's a drama, guys. It's based on a lady who is now early 30s, single, and working in a male-dominated industry, the automobile industry. Yes, and the thing was, a lot of people admire her, yet they criticize her openly, I think, but they admire her at her back. Like she will come, it's like she will come for advice. They'll tell her, okay, they'll tell her something that she doesn't expected as a result. But at the back, this girl, she's really hardworking. She only has, she's living this single life. She's free and this, but yet to be persuading her at her front to get married, have kids, do this, and time is passing. She's getting old. She make a statement when a particular bachelor was like, push them want to date her or want to cut her, whatever. Yeah, quite right. This was her, but I feel like the movie plot story or summary itself is even deceiving. So yeah, she told him that if I want a designer bag, I can't remember exactly, but it's something like this. If I want a designer bag, I can work hard to get it, but she can't afford the life after the designer bag. You have a designer bag, you have to think about who's the safe to put, you have to think about the insurance, you have to think about safety, all those things. She can't afford the life after getting a designer bag. Then it made me realize that this thing that she said can also be applied in the real world, in the sense that there are a lot of luxurious items. When in short, there are a lot of sophisticated, simple items in this world. Both item, both lifestyle. You can get it if you are determined to get it. But can you afford the life after getting that item? Let me give you guys an example. Which mundane item? Okay, I'm currently on this hunt for a laptop, even though I haven't gotten the money. They say manifestation is real, so let's see how manifestation works. Because I have been manifestation since last year. I need to buy a new laptop. The manifestation goddess has not worked in my favor yet. So I've used HP for about four. I've used 3 HP with the space of 5 years. And within those HP, they've turned out terrible. They did not give me the result. It's either the keyboard spoiled today, the screen do this, it enter blue screen, it enter black screen, different problem. Now, let's say an HP just is not a luxurious item, right? Now I decide to what? Buy a Mac. That if I get a month is Mac I'll buy. And this is it. Before I buy this Mac, I've already thought of the after buying the Mac laptop. Whether it's a Mac laptop, this I don't care. All what I know how to buy a Mac. I asked myself, this is not a matter of like the reason why I want to buy that Mac. This is a matter of like, can I afford the life after the Mac? I have to accept that yes, when it comes to Mac in Nigeria, yeah, there are lots of negative aspects. It's the customer service care, whatever is not the maintenance, whatever is not available here. You can't do trading. You basically have to be shipping from third party, from outside and everything. But then I was not asking myself, can I afford the life after this? I was basically imagining myself using the laptop, putting the cons and pros, the negative and positive aspects of having the laptop. And I realized that, Damian, yes, you can afford the life after this. So I feel like since then I decided to what am I since then sef, because I'm still currently at episode 34. I've spent about 4 to 5,000 data. I think that's about 12 gig of data. So I've already quite enough for the data, but I'm not angry because I feel like I actually learned quite a bit from this movie, from this drama. So it made me realize that because up until recently, I was questioning my life, as I told you, whether being strategic about my life purpose, having a goal, having an action list, having a top 3 goal, having ambition, whatever, was the right thing. Or maybe my creator doesn't accept that. Or maybe I'm having more negative things happening in my life because I'm going against the big guy. But then I realized that, or the drama made me realize that you are the only one that can view what you are seeing at the top. A lot of people are being negative or trying to pull you down to their level because they are already imagining you above them. That fear that they can't catch up to you, that fear that you leave them behind, is what's making them to pull you down. And we realize that, yes, I've finished school for 4 years, 5 years now, let me say. I've not gotten a paying job. I felt angry at myself then. I felt ashamed of myself then. And I told myself, Damien, you're actually the cause of all this. Don't forget, your focus was not on the money. Your focus was what? On the work environment. I said, okay, yeah, you are right. I wasn't focusing on the money because I have someone to cater for my needs. But now that I find out my definition of happiness, my own definition of happiness to me means freedom. And to get my freedom, money is tied to it. I've had a lot of people say money does not guarantee happiness or is not tied to it. I said it is for me. That's because it all depends on your definition of happiness. And my definition of happiness is one word: freedom. Yes, you might tell me to elaborate more. What did I mean on that? Then you start hearing, okay, freedom of working, freedom to work when I want, freedom of this. They are all tied to money. Let's assume I want to work when I want. I'm staying in Nigeria, as I said, no light. To buy gen, fuel this thing every day. Is it not money? It's money. To stay in an estate that your neighbor will not have to complain you are using generator, or is it not money? It's money. Or to stay in an environment whereby you can build a small distance so that to be able to reduce the sound of the generator. It's not money, it's money. See? It's all, even if someone tell you that money is not tied to happiness, ask them what is their definition of happiness in one word before you say it, they are lying or they are saying the truth. The thing is, 5 years I've struggled mentally, physically. That's it, guys. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausting. What am I saying? I'm exhausting. It's exhausting, guys. Like, struggle for 5 years mentally, physically. I feel like you guys can feel it in my voice. I'm tired of making decisions. I'm tired of having to figure out. Okay, fine. I just want. I just want a decision should be made for me. I don't want to have to. Yeah, you have to choose between yes and no. I just want a decision already there. Okay, give me lesser choice. But then I realized that to get to your goal, you need to make decision. This life is going to be very, very lonely. It's up to you to figure out what your determination of happiness is. Yes, you can have friends, but how many of your friends are going to give you the end result you want whenever you are talking to them about something? This movie make me pat myself on the back and say, Damien, you've worked hard. You've struggled mentally, physically for 5 years. Don't beat yourself on it. I'm someone who gets obsessed and lost interest in things quite easily. I was telling myself, okay, since your money is tied to your happiness, why not look for a sugar daddy? I asked myself, Damien, can you afford the life after getting that sugar daddy? And the answer was no. Your girl cannot afford the life after that. So that is why I'm still here struggling to make sure I get my dream. And another thing I realize is all this thing I'm trying to tell you guys is just what I have understand from a movie, from a drama I watch. And this drama, right? I don't know if I've said it, but this drama, right? It make me have It gave me clear path, clarity more than any other thing I have read or listened to. And it's not really surprising to me, but I'm sure it will be surprising to people. But the thing is, drama books are what mold me into who I am today. Yeah, I think they are based. Let us say 80. Let us say 70% of who I am today are shaped from the drama I watched, the movie I watched, and the book I read. Whenever I tell people that, I start reading before I even watch film. I can't remember my first. I was in the school when we were always reading books as literature. So the idea that you have to stop planning your life because you have a lot of negativity, it's something since I wasn't it was something I actually push back. See, I'm someone who actually believe in karma. So I try to live my life as karmaless as possible as I could. I'm honestly tired, guys. But what? I'm not going to allow my tiredness stop me from achieving my dream. Why? Because my dream is tied to my happiness. I don't want you guys, I don't want both of us to look back and hate your current self. I don't want your future self to look back and hate your current self for the decision you made. Yes, money is important. It is very, very important. I've applied to so many jobs in between this 2 weeks, both proposal and everything. I signed up to Upwork just to go to like get more option on like getting money to have a stream of income open to me. I remember telling myself then that my friend then that see it's quite easy for me to start a agency that design website for people, but I can't afford the life after starting that. My goal, this is my goal. My goal is to start Novellisteer and to start Damien Badra. Those are the only two goals I have. Getting a job is just a means to an end. And the girl smiles. She said, "It also is that because you are not in need of money." I told her, "See, I'm someone who gets obsessed and like can get sucked into things easily. It's just so I don't want to. Before I do something, I always must ask myself, can I get out? Can I free myself from that?" And I want you to ask yourself, either can you afford the life after that? Or can you free yourself from that? I'm not motivational speaker. Hell, I'm in short, I don't even like giving advice to people. I'm more of a listener. But I felt like I need to come. This was like, do you guys know something? This is not a written script actually. I actually stopped writing script for about because I felt like I really want to like talk from the heart. I don't even have a bullet point, but it's like I am reading what I'm saying as a TV. It's like as a TV, as a read. It's just it's kind of like a moving picture to me as I'm talking to you guys. Honestly, you see, I actually wanted to stop. I was on the remain small, like for me to stop all this dream and ambition of mine. I was ready to tear my planner. I was ready to delete everything. I was ready to delete even my social media presence and just look for a job. To stop dreaming and just give way to destiny, give way to fate. But now, see, I must accomplish what I want to accomplish. I would hate for me to look back at the current me and hate myself. I rather give it my all and go run back after giving it my all. That's this, as they say, or as someone says on this Nelly Rose, she's a YouTuber. She said she suffered for 19 years. It's time for her to shake her hands on a yacht in a tongue in Dubai. I think a lot of people laugh, but now it made me realize that it was our definition of our dream. It was our dream. She worked hard for her dream. She worked hard for her dream. And her definition of happiness must has happened to her, what has come true. Now it's time for her to afford the life that she wants after getting that dream. See, having a dream, planning your life might be scary at the beginning. It's hell. It's going to be. Not even it might be. It's going to be bloody scary. Because how many people really understand what you want? How many people are even planning and strategizing their life around you? Then you now come from nowhere, a Niger person, say you want to plan your life, you want to have a 90 days goal, you want to have a 1 year goal. Definitely you are going to feel well. You are going to feel different. You are going to feel shy or sometimes maybe ashamed or something like that, especially when you did not meet your goal and other people that are not planning their life. But I want to tell you now, it's totally fine. Do not compare your own circumstances, your own environment, your own situation, your own growth to another person. As I said, yes, I suffered for 5 years mentally and physically. I am at a situation whereby I don't have suicide thoughts frequently as I do before. Hell, I don't know, maybe if I'm not planning my life, will I still be alive by this moment? How, if I did not plan my life, will I be happy with my body at this moment? Ask yourself, can you afford that lifestyle after? Ask yourself, can you afford that life after planning your life? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. For everything you plan, ask yourself questions. And I want to tell you that it's totally okay. This year I was doing my review. I was now asking myself, Damien, what have you achieved for this last 6 months? I drew blank. My brain was empty. It was like I didn't ever achieve anything. Actually beat me down. It was actually because of all those things, plus the failing of the test that made me rethink my life, whether planning is actually meant for me. Or maybe it's because I'm going against the big guy in the sky. That is why I'm having more negative issue than positive. I have to replan my life now. I plan my life as if I was planning for the new year. And I have only 4 top goals. It made me realize out of that 4 top goals, once is a load. Is an extra load, which is what? My academic. If it was left for me, if it was left for me, I'll probably have maybe dropped out. But then I asked myself when I was writing, Damien, can you afford life after dropping out? Yes, college dropout sounds cool. It sounds tempting or to be on your resume, but can you afford the life after that? I realized, no, I can't. I really want to give it my best in this academic competition. Yes, I might be going through a lot. I might be suffering. I might be quite a lot from understand. I might be slow in gain, but the thing is, I can't afford the life after dropping out. So that's it. Hi, Liz. Thank you so much for listening to the Novellisteer Podcast. If you like the podcast, be sure to subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcast. It helps other novels just like you find the podcast. And if you can, follow me on Instagram at Novellisteer and sign up for my newsletter. Link in the description box. Always take action.
But I have to be me.